So let's check out some different footwork used by Grigor Dimitrov that you can incorporate in your own game. Now, this video is courtesy of Court Level Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I'll put their link in the description below. Now, the first thing you notice is that he split steps every time the opponent hits the ball. This is so critical. Let's go back to this one right here. And the split step, it's that little hop right there. Look at Grigor's feet. Look at that hop. It's important to time the split step correctly. So let's look at it here from, compared to contact. Let's look at contact here. There's the contact occurring right there. And look, he's not split stepping yet. You don't split step and land as your opponent hits. You want to land after they hit. And it's somewhere between 0.2 and 0.25 seconds. So let's go to contact. So there's the contact right there. We put a timer down, and he should be hitting the ground around the time of 0.2, 0.25. Let's see when his toes hit the ground. There you go, right there. All right, check it out. 0.26. So he's right there. He wants to land when his brain is reacting, right? So we want to synchronize our brain and our reaction time with when our body hits the ground. That's why you actually want to feel like you're in the air as your opponent hits so that you're landing after. Let's see another split step. There's the contact right there. We put down a timer. We see how long it takes for him to land. There, he's landing. There's his toes right there. Look at that. Again, 0.26. Let's do another one here. There's contact. We put another timer down. Let's see how long it takes for him to land. Basically right there, 0.23. Let's do another one. We got one more here. Now let's go to the next rally. All right, let's see. Go to contact right there. You've got to make sure that you're split stepping, and you got to make sure that you're timing your split step. There you go, 0.26. It's every time. It's 0.26. So that's obviously the rhythm and timing that he likes. Right? So it's over and over again. It's in that 0.2, 0.25 range right there. So now let's go back and look at some of these shots that he was hitting and look at the actual stances that he is using. So as a right-hander, when you are moving to your left to hit a forehand, it is vital that you get into what I call the open stance step back. So look at him move over to the ball. Now, he is not going to, or I should say move around the ball, to make sure that the ball is a forehand. He is not going to step necessarily forward with his left foot, and he's definitely not going to step across with his left foot. He's going to step back with his left foot as the last thing he does. Watch his left foot kind of step out of the way. So this is that semi-open stance. So his feet are basically in line with this light pole, as you can see that. So by getting into an open stance, it is going to make it super easy, or semi-open stance, it's going to make it super easy for him to rotate his hips. Now, here's another stance. This is called a front foot pivot. When you are moving forward and the ball is going to be, low, and you can see it's not a super high ball. He's not contacting around head level. This is basically on the line between the two. So anything like above this, I'll make the line right where the ball is. There we go. Anything below this or on the line can be a closed stance. Anything above this or on the line, you can use it as an open stance. He's choosing to basically use a neutral stance where he's stepping forward with his left foot. But the main point here is his body weight's going forward. So notice how his right leg comes around. He's actually going to pivot on his left foot. So let's set this up again. So he does a little side step here, right? So it's almost, he's like a fencer, right? He's not taking big steps. He's just kind of sidestepping to get to this ball. I'm sure that's not fencing technique, but you understand what I mean here. He's not taking like running steps forward. He's just adjusting his feet, keeping that left foot in front. Now watch his right foot come forward. So he's pivoting on his left foot. In fact, watch his left foot here. His left foot is now pointing this direction, and watch when he's done, like right here, like his left foot's now pointing this way. So he's really pivoting on that left foot, and his right foot is coming around. His right foot is coming around. Again, this is all so that he can rotate his hips. Let's go to the next shot. So this is what is called a mogul stance. A mogul is an open stance that both feet move. So watch, here is his left foot, here is his right foot. Watch his feet move. And so his right foot moves over and his left foot moves over. So he's making this move with his left foot and he's making this move with his right foot. Watch. So by being in the open stance and then hopping, it keeps his lower body under him. It's going to make it very quick for him to recover and move back to his left again. Let's see another one here. Oh, what is this called? Do you remember? We already saw one like this. This is the open stance step back. And what I mean by open stance step back is he's moving his left foot out of the way. He's not getting in a neutral stance. He is in a semi-open stance. And I don't even consider it a semi-open stance. It's just, it's an open stance. His left foot is on the left. His right foot is on the right. And the open stance is awesome for rotating the hips. It's so important that you're using an open stance in certain situations to make it very easy to rotate your hips. So here is, you could call that a front foot pivot, where the back foot comes forward and he's pivoting on his left foot. Here's one where he is in a very closed stance. So he is stepping across as he is hitting this ball. So as he hits this ball in a closed stance, let's see what he does with his left foot. And that is what is called a closed stance fallout. So when you're in a closed stance, you almost always want to finish in an open stance. So he is in an open right now. An open stance, the definition of an open stance is your left foot is on the left and your right foot is on the right. He is making sure that he is able to rotate his hips as he's hitting the shot. He steps across, but he doesn't want to stay like that. He moves that left foot around. Let's keep going. Here is a closed stance. Now he kind of hops on this foot because since he's going forward and he's hitting a one-handed backhand, his body wants to stay sideways. So he's actually moving forward. His left foot stays behind him, so he just ends up hopping on that front foot because his body weight's going forward and his right foot's got to stay under him. Let's see if we get any more here. This is actually called a back foot pivot. So unlike the front foot pivot where you're pivoting on the front foot, remember, rotation of the hips is paramount, and hip rotation is more important than getting your body weight to go forward. So, I mean, it's great if you can do both, but in order to rotate your hips, if it means that you have to have your body weight going back and you pivot on your back foot, that's fine. He's going to pivot on his right foot, which is the foot that's closer to the camera, which means that's the back foot. So watch, his left foot actually goes backward. That allows him to kind of move away from the baseline and give himself a little bit of distance between himself and the ball here. So this is, I hope you're enjoying this. This is fun to do. So this is a perfect neutral stance. Now, I can't remember what this one is, what this footwork is, but his body weight is going forward. He's stepped onto his left foot. I almost can guarantee you, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, we'll find out, but I can almost guarantee you this is going to be a closed stance or a neutral stance fallout. I'm sorry, I said the wrong one. A neutral stance where you are in a front foot pivot. So he's going to pivot on his front foot, and I'm willing to bet his right foot comes over here. Let's see. And there it is. Yep. So he's stepping forward and he pivots. So tennis is a game of like footwork when it comes to the way you move your feet. It's about pivoting. You have to know which foot you're going to pivot on. If you're moving backward, you pivot on your back foot. If you're moving forward, it's a great idea to pivot on your front foot. That just makes it very easy for him to rotate. So here he is in a closed stance. So he's going to be pivoting on his front foot, but I actually call this a closed stance fallout. So he's falling out of it, and he's going to bring that left foot to the left. Watch. There we go. So remember, that's an open stance because his left foot is on the left and his right foot is on the right. These are the types of analysis you need to do on your own game, right? You need to go out and hit your own ground stroke rather than just watching the pros and start analyzing. See if you're moving to your left, if you're getting into that open stance step back where you step back with your front foot. Make sure that you're using a front foot pivot when the ball's low. Use a mogul where, it's like almost like he's a skier and he's just doing a hop in open stance like this. Here's another open stance step back. We already went through these, but you got to look at your own footwork. If you want me to analyze your footwork just like this, go to 2minutetennis.net and order a stroke analysis or Zoom private lesson. We can look at your footwork and make sure that you're moving just like the pros. Now, the best way to practice these techniques is at home with a Topspin Pro. You can get a Topspin Pro using my link in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. I absolutely love the Topspin Pro, and I know you will too. And if you're looking for people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or if you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link for PlayYourCourt. And it's playyourcourt.com/2minutetennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. Remember, go out and film yourself hitting ground strokes and analyze your footwork. And again, if you need help, go to 2minutetennis.net and allow me to analyze your footwork for you. You do this, there's no doubt. You're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.